Hi.
Hi.
Can you believe that we're almost at the end of season 2? You can? Uh, now I'm confused. Are you confused? Let us know in the comments below.
To celebrate the penultimate episode of the season, we decided to do something a little bit different. So we're going to be looking at our Twitter drafts. All the stuff that we were too scared to send to people we know in real life.
Yes, we're cowards.
And I'm not.
Are we doing the I'm Micah thing, or do we just do that?
It's up to you.
I'm Micah.
I'm not.
Is it cold in here, or is there just a draft?
Hey, I like that one.
Instead of concerts, white girls are going to start snapping their entire conversations with people they haven't seen in over a year.
See, that's considered funny because there was a stereotype that girls just film concerts for their Snap stories. It's just like the whole thing. Not really like a point to it other than the fact that the concert is happening, which is like you get after the first one. But like obviously snaps are like shortened into like segments, so like you have like 20 different things going on. It's just one consecutive video, but it's cut up a bunch. And fast forwarding to now, it's restrictions are kind of lifting a little bit sometimes in some places, and people are starting to see each other again. And so like the exciting cool new thing instead of a concert is just catching up with some friends.
It's also funny because this is what we did.
I started a list of band names that could either be really good or really bad, and so far it's comprised of the following: Upstairs, Downstairs, and Upstairs Downstairs.
So that's considered funny because indie band names seemingly are just like mad-libbed together. And so because of the rule of 3, of course. So there's upstairs, downstairs, and upstairs, downstairs being the combination of both upstairs and downstairs. Seemingly, though, like it'd be like, hey, let's go see Upstairs. They're playing at the VFW tonight. Or, hey, there's a really cool bar that new hot band Upstairs, Downstairs is playing. Because in terms of indie rock band names, these are almost like too basic.
I still think I might tweet that one. That one's pretty. That one's pretty good.
I have a really good band name.
Yeah,
it's called Jessica's Alligator. I wonder if other cookies have political opinions that make half the country angry. Like, what if Milanos were pro-Brexit, or Keebler supported a $15 minimum wage?
See, this is funny because I believe it was Oreos just like tweeted support to trans people, and conservative people lost their fucking minds over it. And now the idea is that like other cookies also have political takes, you know, that I mean, this is all based on American politics mostly, because like in most other established sovereign countries, those aren't really political issues. They're human rights issues. But here in America, everything's fucked. So
I mean, I guess in England,
yeah,
pro-Brexit.
Yeah, it's the exception,
right? Of the two things.
Well, the third thing would be the trans, which is the original.
Of course,
yeah.
Also, rule of 3, but like the rule of 3 is already implied.
Yeah. Purposely putting your shirt on inside out so that someone can embarrass you in public, just like the good old days.
See, this is considered funny because the lack of human touch is a real struggle for modern Americans coming out of the pandemic, COVID-19 situation. And so when you have your shirt inside out, typically people say, "Oh, your shirt's inside out. Did you not know, you idiot?" And then you're a little embarrassed. And this traditionally happens to children who are just blissfully unaware. And so in doing so as an adult, it's embarrassing because as an adult, you're supposed to, have basic things down like putting on your clothes correctly. And so this is either for a need of human interaction or a humbling perspective of the human connection.
A little bit of author insight on that one.
Okay.
It's kind of neither of them.
Oh,
It's more of like a self-loathing sort of. It's like people who like hit themselves. Not so much cutting yourselves because that's like a whole different level. I mean, like people who, like cause pain to themselves to like just to feel something.
right.
It's that kind of thing.
Ah,
Yeah.
I guess we know who wrote that one. Do you know who wrote that one? Let us know in the comments below. I'm just saying, 2020 was going fine until y'all made Broom Stand Up.
See, this is in reference to a viral trend that occurred at the very beginning of the year 2020, where people were positioning brooms in a way so they'd stand vertically off the floor by themselves. And it seemed unnatural because usually stuff like that falls over and these brooms would not.
Right.
Shortly after that, COVID-19 struck the world and a lot of other really bad things happened. And a lot of people associate 2020 as like a really bad year, just full of all sorts of awful shit, which they are correct. That is a thing that happened. And the tweet implies that it was because of brooms being unnatural. So it kind of like cursed the year.
A little author's insight on this. The reason that this was a viral trend is because there was a phrase going around saying that the Earth's gravity on that specific day was such that for that day alone, that brooms could stand up. When in fact, brooms can always stand up for whatever reason that might be. Brooms always can do that, not just on that day.
My roommates in college on that day put a broom up and then went to class. And I came back from my class, which was significantly later, but I had been out earlier, so I wasn't there when they put it up. But I came back afterwards and it had fallen over. So I took a picture of it on the floor and sent it to them and said, haters will say it's fake. Has anyone thought of telling AM radio that they can just have a podcast?
This is considered funny because FM radio is the standard wavelength that people use. And so because podcasts are a medium in which increasingly are becoming more popular at a more exponential rate than the radio has been in the past 10 years. The joke suggests that AM radio talk show hosts and personalities should have a podcast to get more listeners. God knew if I was tall, I'd be too powerful.
That one's funny because Micah is short. Retrograde. More like, I swear to everything holy you will never see daylight again if you don't fix your grade. Am I right? Am I right?
Trying to see how this is funny. See, this is funny because both phrases have the sir conjunction phrase grade at the end of them.
There's no actual joke to it. Although that's part of the joke is that there isn't actually a joke to it. That's kind of overkill, but like
right.
Yeah.
Wow. That was great.
Some good stuff happened right there. Yeah. Some banger tweets.
Banger tweets. You know, it'd be banger review. Liking, sharing, subscribing. following us on Twitter, theory_humor. That's humor with a U.
Where you might find some of those tweets. But not
Maybe.
actually, because those were our personal accounts and
Right.
we don't advertise those.
But you know what we do advertise? Next episode, which is probably going to be